Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Homer, and this is the Lantern Rite 2023, the exquisite night chimes. First of all, I want to say thank you to Ron for uploading this video. The video will be in the description below. And also, big thank you to Deathtrap, who was a patron who made a spreadsheet of all the reactions that I could do to events and made them in a way that I even have like the list of characters that I have to meet beforehand, which is really cool. Lantern Rite is a big deal for me, because not only is it just like one of the, I started playing Genshin around the time of Lantern Rite 2024, just right before it, a few weeks before it actually, but I also was not able to do it because obviously like I hadn't met a lot of the characters there, and obviously we want to meet the characters before we meet them in events and things like this. But 2025 Lantern Rite, we'll be doing the 2025 Lantern Rite, and that's a very, very special to me. Let's get into this. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
People of Liyue must have already started preparing for the most important festival of the year, right? Hopefully Paimon will be able to check out tons
I'm
of
so
great
excited to be able to
food
do this
again
as well
year.
next year.
Anyway, let's go to Liyue Harbor and see what's up.
But here Pi would say Liyue Harbor.
Paimon votes we go
Fantastic
say hi
stuff.
to Xiangling first.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Zhongli!
Huh? Xiangling? What a pleasant surprise meeting you here.
So cool.
Oh, why the pleasure is all mine, as is the surprise, surely.
The voice.
It must be fate that brings us together in this place. How have you fared as of late?
What are we answering here? Everything's been going great. Things have been going all right.
I sense you are older and wiser than the last time we met.
Heck yeah,
It
Zhongli.
seems your travels continue to yield valuable insights.
Thank you, Zhongli.
You are too kind.
So, Xiangling, are you here to listen to stories over tea again?
I had originally planned to set out after this last round of tea.
However...
It's so cool.
I
Oh,
had
Paiba, okay.
planned to take a walk to Qixing village and
Okay.
gather some nascent bamboo shoots, which are currently in season. A villager there once gave me a small sample, and they possessed a most excellent flavor.
It's so cool how we're always just so excited to see our friends in this
Nascent
game.
bamboo shoots? Why can't you just use normal bamboo shoots instead?
Good question, Paimon.
Paimon knows, because Zhongli prefers the finer things in life,
She's
right?
so sweet. She's so sweet.
Okay, Mr. Particular, let me guess. Ahem. The nascent bamboo shoot has a uniquely tender texture.
No,
and a delicate
Paimon.
sweet taste that its normal cousin cannot match.
We're already doing impressions. It's the first 2 minutes.
An astute observation, Paimon. You know me well indeed.
Great stuff.
Lantern
Honestly,
Rite
great
is
stuff.
almost upon us, but besides the bamboo shoots, there are a few other items I have not yet procured from Director Hu's list. May I ask if you have already made arrangements for the days ahead?
Well, we were planning to use the opportunity
Yeah?
to say hi to some of our friends, but before we were able to figure out a schedule, we ran into you.
And you are a friend.
Well then, might I invite you to imagine the sheer delight that is a soup cooked with the freshest nascent bamboo shoots in all the land.
Wow.
Generous cuts of pork belly and crisp, fragrant
Oh my
bamboo
God.
shoots placed together in the pot and left to simmer slowly for half a day.
Jesus, man. That sounds so good.
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Paimon's onto your plan. You just want to hoodwink us into fetching
Oh,
your bamboo
guys.
for you.
Paimon, doesn't this seem good, though?
Why, I assure you, I would do no such thing. I merely wish to inform you of the freshest, most succulent and flavorful bamboo shoots one could ever hope
Yeah.
to
Just
taste.
merely informing you, Paimon.
Ugh, let's go, Traveler. Paimon's taste buds can't take it anymore.
I love Paimon's interactions with
Fetching a
anyone.
few bamboo shoots shouldn't take too long. Paimon has got to get her hands on some of that soup.
It sounds nice.
Such
It sounds really
fine
nice, Paimon.
specimens are indeed well worth the excursion. Very well. I shall leave the bamboo shoots to you. Should you have the good fortune to find some, please share them with me as well.
Of course. Of course.
See? Paimon knew he was just bamboozling us.
However,
I
there
love the
is no
Paimon,
need-
like, I've said this before, but, like, I love the way Paimon, like, and this is one of my favorite traits about Paimon, is that she would, like, legitimately, if a broomstick fell on the ground and woke her up in the night, she would literally start fighting the broomstick. And that's what I love about
Need to
Paimon.
rush. The streets of Liu will be bustling with visitors and filled with all manner of celebrations during the festive period. By all means, go wherever your interests lead you.
Okay.
The nascent bamboo shoots would be but a wonderful final touch to a most exceptional feast. What an honor it would be to savor them in the company of friends.
I understand.
Enjoy your walk, young Lee.
So we're starting off with like a mission to get bamboo shoots, I suppose, but obviously Zhongli told us to take our time as well. Liu Harbor is so special. Like, whenever we
As
go
for
back here.
Director Who's list? I shall attend to it after one last round of tea.
Oh, procrastinating, are we? Yeah, like Liyue Harbor to me is the same thing when I feel about. Oh god.
Bamboo shoot. Nascent bamboo shoot.
Oh my god, Paimon. It's the same way I feel about like
This one's only just sprouted. and it looks
Inazuma now
super
as well.
fresh.
It's like every time I leave an area, I go back to it. It's like it feels like I'm returning home in some way. Even though like I feel like Mondstadt will always be my true home, you know. Very cool.
These should be enough. Let's head back.
This person's team is very interesting. I've never seen that composition before.
Did you hear that? Someone's calling for help. It's coming from over there.
Wait, Yaoyao? A short and slender figure rescues a drowning man and
Are you okay? Did any water go down the wrong pipe?
is this?
I think I'm okay now. Thank you so much.
This is really cool.
Scary. Well, at least you're all right. All thanks to your savior here.
Wait, so this is the first time you meet Yaoyao is in the lantern, right? Is that correct?
Oh.
Because there's question marks on her
little
name, right?
girl?
And we're calling her little girl.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Yaoyao. It's a pleasure to make
We
your
have Yaoyao as a
acquaintance.
character. One of our earliest characters.
She's so well mannered. My name's Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Oh, yeah. Greetings. We look off in the distance and say greetings. Very poetic. No,
I'm
we're looking at
Dvorak.
Dvorak.
A musician from Fontaine.
Fontaine.
I came through Stone Gate, intending to head towards Liyue Harbor, but then I became captivated by the beautiful scenery. And before long,
Oh no.
I was completely
Liyue
lost.
is a perfect place to get lost.
Just now, I
It's
was
so beautiful.
mesmerized by the waterfall that I slipped and fell into the water. If it weren't for Miss Yaoyao's help, I shudder to think what might have happened.
Well done, Yaoyao.
It's all right, Mr. Dvorak. The splashing around the bottom of the waterfall means the stone path is always wet and slippy.
Very
You
smart.
definitely have to be careful.
Very smart from Yaoyao.
Next time you're exploring an unfamiliar environment, try to focus on what's right in front of you. Don't let your mind wander. As long as you watch your step, accidents like this won't happen anymore.
Very smart, Yaoyao.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. I'll remember to be more careful next time.
Oh, you hungry? You hungry, Dvorak?
Oh, are you hungry, sir?
Oh, I'll be fine.
Please, sir, it's quite all right. I was born and raised here in Liyue.
Oh my god.
It's only natural for me to extend my hospitality to any guests who are passing through.
Very
I
cool.
expect you still have quite a long journey ahead of you. It's very important to keep your energy levels up.
So she was born and
I
raised in
still have
Liyue,
some lotus flower crisps left in
but
my
is a
backpack.
Dendro character.
Why don't we split them between the four of us?
Oh, so we're already sharing food.
Thoughtful kid. She even has some.
You're gonna be buying buds of good books forever. You're gonna be buying buds of good books forever now.
You're welcome.
This is so interesting. I didn't think this is where you first met Yaoyao. But then again, like we haven't had any missions with Yaoyao, to be honest.
So tasty. If only there were more.
Morioria Sumpterbeast share.
Having a healthy appetite
She can eat as
is
much
a
as he
good
wants.
thing. It means Paimon's still growing. If I'd known I was gonna run into you, I would have made a second.
Oh my god,
batch.
Paimon's gonna love you so
Hope you're
much.
taking notes, traveler. This is how you treat
Heck
your
yeah!
What do
You tell
think,
him.
Sir? Are Liyue's snacks to your taste? I wonder if they're not sweet enough.
No, they're perfect.
Man, Fontaine's outfits, look
When
at
I was
this.
traveling through Mondstadt, I had a chance to try one of their moon pies. It had a meat filling, unlike these crisps. But apart from that, it seems like they follow a similar cooking process. Both are delicious.
Great
in their
voice
own
acting as
way.
well from this character here.
As for Fontaine's cooking, though, It's been a long time.
I wonder
since
what the
I've had a
dishes are
taste
like
of
in
home.
Fontaine.
Sounds like you spend a lot of time on the road, huh?
I do. It's part of my job. I'm one of the main organizers of the Iridescence Tour.
Iridescence tour?
That sounds somewhat familiar. That doesn't ring a bell.
The Iridescence Tour is one of the biggest music festivals in Fontaine. We're looking to expand, though. Our aim is to hold a festival in every nation.
Oh, wow.
At least, all the main organizers share this goal. Unfortunately,
Man, look at Leeway.
it's a long story, so I'll spare you the details. But anyway, so the main reason I'm traveling all around Tavad is to promote our music festivals.
Okay.
But I have some personal reasons, too.
Well, what are they? Just tell us already.
Let me see. Well, to explain it in full, I'd have to start with a story from my ancestors. I don't want to take up too much of your
People
time.
tell us stories all the time.
I love
Yeah.
listening to stories.
We hear stories all the time. We're always interested.
Mhm. We want to hear it too.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll start from the beginning. The story goes that my ancestor, who was also a traveler, once slipped and fell into a lake during his travels. As he was sinking and gasping for breath, he heard a wondrous tune in the air. They say it was the most beautiful, moving melody he had ever heard. Even in that life and death moment, the ethereal music seized his full attention.
Oh my
It
god.
almost made him forget the fact that he was drowning.
What a
When he
poetic way of
finally
putting
came
it.
to, he found that he had already been brought ashore. Not too far from him stood an unfamiliar woman with an almost divine aura. Once she saw that he was no longer in danger, she left without a word. My ancestor tried
It's
to run
such an
after her to give his
interesting
thanks,
story,
but
though.
although a mere dozen paces separated them, no matter how quickly he gave chase, he drew no closer and remained a dozen paces behind.
But like, can you think of the sorry? Can you think of the idea that like, you know, like a song makes you forget you're drowning,
In the
right?
end, all he could do was to bow in thanks to the woman as he watched her walk away towards the rivers and mountains in the distance, before at last he turned around and made his way home. Once he returned to Fontaine, he began to learn an instrument so that he could spread his story far and wide, just like the bards. After generations of retelling, embellishing, and dramatizing, people have come to think of that lady as something like a fairy.
So the way stories kind of
become
snowball
something of a
throughout
local
time.
legend in Fontaine. It's called The Lady Overlooking
Great,
the Lake.
great title. Great title.
People now say that if you go down to the lakeside and play
shop.
an instrument, so long as you play a pleasing melody, you will hear a fairy lady who is hiding out of sight, playing along with you.
And now we have an instrument ourselves.
Oh,
Yeah, it is actually a very beautiful story.
Well, yes. As it stands now, it's become a touch too romantic and detached from reality.
As stories tend to
But
happen
I
as
understand
they
the
go through
original
time.
story and its historical grounding better than anyone else.
That tends to happen a lot with stories, right? It's like you'll have a story that starts off like very, very grounded in reality, and over time, like people keep adding aspects to it. You know what I mean? Like it obviously takes a lot of time for that to happen, and like less documentation for that to happen. But it is pretty interesting how that works.
I wanted to find out the truth of this tale. So I decided to retrace my ancestors' steps and search for that lady's modern-day descendants. Of course, there's no way of knowing where my ancestor fell into the lake all those years ago. So I always knew that the search would be akin to looking for a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, that's a bit of trouble.
I've spent many years on the road now, and I'm nowhere near as fit as I was in my youth. The wish that I've spent half my life chasing after has now become something of an obsession.
well, I haven't lived half of my life yet, but still. I
Not even
understand
close,
how you
Yaoyao.
must
Not even
feel.
close. This is so cool being Yaoyao for the first time.
It's like, imagine if you saved the center of a lotus flower crisp.
Right.
Which is the best part, by the way. Because
Okay.
you wanted to eat it another day. But then suddenly, sploosh! It falls into the water.
Oh
never
my
to be
god.
seen again.
Horror story,
My
Paimon.
mom would definitely remember that for the rest of her life.
There's no need to feel sorry for me. I've
That
made
tracks
some
with
progress
Paimon.
over the years. For example, I've concluded that the story must have taken place in Liyue.
Oh, so you finally found a lead?
Yes, in fact, that's an intriguing story in and of itself. I'd always known that Mondstadt is the city of song and freedom.
Yep.
But more recently, I heard that the Animal Archon returned to Mondstadt for a festival in the fall, and learned that he himself is a patron deity of music.
So that's
So
probably
I
another
prayed
festival
for
that we
the
could
Animal
react to, I'm
Archon's guidance
guessing.
in the Mondstadt Cathedral, and as soon as I set foot back outside the front gate, I noticed a cluster of leaves being blown in the wind further and further west, towards Stone Gate. A friendly local told me that this meant the wind was guiding me in the direction of Liyue, so I followed their advice and made my way here.
That sells it, and it was Leeway.
Right? You get it. I knew I'd find someone that agrees with me eventually.
Well, like, I don't know how true, like, the stories are, but,
you
like...
sure? It sounds a bit too much like one of those fake legends told by
Yeah.
those treasure hoarder guys to scam gullible grannies from Qixing
Oh my
village.
god.
Red
The poor
flowers
grannies,
have
should say.
returned to the world. Just give me some incense and a little more towards the travel fees, and I will pass your gift on to the Lord of Geo.
Yaoyao.
And ask him to keep you and your family safe and well.
Yaoyao's so
And
wise.
so on. And
Such a wise
so on.
character.
Don't worry, Yaoyao. We have a lot of experience with deciphering omens.
I guess
and
so.
stuff.
I guess so.
And anyway, you only got scammed if you handed over more of, right?
Actual attitude, I did spend rather a lot.
I'm also not
of
sure, like
more
I
on
guess, like, it's
several
so cool to see
bottles of
Yaoyao
fine
just 'cause
wine, which I left at the
You never know what to
statues of the
expect. She's a
seven
very
along the
wise
way.
character.
Oh dear.
So he did spend money.
Well,
He did
how
spend a lot of
about
money.
this, ladies and gentlemen? Why don't I bring you all to Yujing Terrace to see Miss Ganyu?
Yes.
I don't know very many people, so I can't help you out much. But Miss Ganyu and the Qixing know just about
Heck yeah.
everything.
You know Ganyu as well.
If you've been scammed, they'll help you get your Mora back. And if the wind was telling the truth, and you want to keep looking for that lady's family, they'll be the best people to ask.
That does sound like a good idea.
But you've already helped me so much.
Well, I was gonna take some new medicinal herbs and plants I picked to Miss
Okay, so
Ganyu
it's on the way.
anyway, so
We're going there
it's
anyway.
no trouble at all.
Makes sense.
You know what? It's been a minute since we saw Ganyu too. It should be nice to pay her a visit before Lantern, right?
Yeah. Let's get moving.
All right. Well, my sincere thanks to you all. I will never forget your kindness.
Maybe we'll allow clapping during the lantern,
Okay,
right?
everyone, please follow me. I'll be your guide. Remember to watch where you're going, okay? Uh-oh.
Like-
Paimon's out of a job.
Oh no.
Oh well, Paimon will just be a cheerleader
Yeah, take a
instead.
rest, Paimon. Take a rest. My favorite thing about Paimon is definitely like not like a guide in every single sense. Like we guide each other, but like Paimon like feels better being called a guide, right? But she is like incredibly smart with us, and always we love having Paimon around. I'm not saying that she's not the best in the goddamn world. You know how much I love Paimon. But also so Yaoyao, what's really interesting about Yaoyao is that I didn't really like know what to expect from Yaoyao, but like she has these like very like not old, like I guess old ways of speaking, like ladies and gentlemen, and like talking about like scams of how they scam old people. Like, you know, it's very wise. Back in Liyue Harbor. Oh my god!
Liyue Harbor looks very different from when I came last.
It's one of the most beautiful
It's
places in the
almost
world.
as if I'm listening to the same melody, but with a richer timbre and new variations added.
Well, we are here during Lantern Rite after all.
Yep.
It only comes once a year, so they always
I'm
have
feeling
a
so
big
strange because like
celebration.
Lantern when
It's
around the
fair
time I
to say
started
that
playing
this time of
Genshin.
year is when Liyue Harbor looks the prettiest.
Great. Let's go and check it out.
Man,
I can't wait to get into the city and see it all up close for myself.
it's making me feel so weird, right? I know it's only been since like what, like February,
The
since we
streets
were
are
in
breathtaking.
Liyue Harbor for the first time.
Smiles and laughter everywhere I look. It's contagious.
You know, I felt so lucky to come here during
I can
Lantern
almost
Rite
feel
last
the music
time.
in the air. I have the urge to start waving my conductor's baton.
Oh, you're a conductor?
I'm glad that you're enjoying the city.
It's so pretty. Liyue Harbor is so pretty. Yeah, this is an interesting start to a story. Obviously, we have like an NPC, which happens during events sometimes too, like an NPC that we haven't met before. But also we have a character like Yaoyao, who's like a named character who we haven't met before this event. Yes!
Well, hey, everyone. Well, fancy meeting you all here. What a nice surprise.
Best exit in the world.
Hello, Xinyan.
Yeah, we love Xinyan.
Let me introduce some new friends. They are...
Traveler, Paimon, and Mr. Dvorak, right? I've known them all for quite a while.
Whoa, so you know him too?
When I was last here to advertise a Liyue stop for the Iridescence Tour, Xinyan was one of the few people willing to give me the time of day.
No, she's fantastic. She is fantastic.
Well, feels like I've been chasing this Iridescence Tour bandwagon halfway around the world, but I keep getting stood up. What's going on?
Let
Mr.
her play.
Dvorak?
Let her riff on the
I'm
guitar.
so sorry, Xinyan. We've had a string of terrible luck recently, and every time we've tried to put on a show, something or other has come up to stop our
Okay,
plans
fair
from
enough. But when you do have a show, you will let her play.
Is that right? I guess it can't be helped. So, what brings you to Liyue Harbor at this time of year anyway? Thinking of putting on a music festival during the Lantern Rite celebrations?
A Lantern Rite music festival?
That sounds amazing. It does sound really good.
No, I'm actually here on personal business this time.
Oh, so no Lantern Rite music festival?
So passionate about music.
I mean,
As
that's
always.
not just up to me. Hosting a music festival takes a lot of funding and personnel. Moreover, I've never worked with the Liyue authorities before. Even if I were to start putting something together right now, I think it'd be too rushed.
I could talk to Ningguan.
Wait, but we're going to meet the Liyue Qixing, aren't we? And they're the ones in charge. Uh-huh, that's right. Miss Qixing and Miss Ningguang can make anything
Yes, of
I
course.
mean, what?
Whenever I felt like I pulled that card so many times, and like I almost felt like really like when I look back at like some of the editing of the videos, like I was like constantly like name dropping like characters, like Calvin was the important one. I was like I'll talk to Ningguan, I'll talk to Ningguan right now. But like that's how I feel. Like it really feels like we have a friend in a higher place who's as powerful and as amazing and as lovely as Ningguan. We do love her to pieces as well.
This is the perfect opportunity! Well, sure, it might not work out, but it can't hurt to bring it up as a
The Lantern
suggestion.
Music Festival would be something different.
That's the spirit! See? Even the Traveler agrees with me. Mr. Dvorak, don't let yourself be put off by the fact that a few things haven't worked out recently.
Exactly.
As for the performers, I can put you in touch with some local artists.
And Paimon can sing.
My friend Yunjin is a well-known opera singer.
That would
in
be
Liyue.
incredible.
With her support and a commissioned
Yes.
song from the Yunhan Opera Troupe, we should be able to get something
And people will
going.
flock to see Yunjin singing, or at least something made by
Are
Yunjin.
you just going to sit this one out?
Oh, please no. Please no.
What do you
Yeah,
take me
please
for?
no. Please do play.
If we actually manage
I'm
to
saying
make
please
Irid-
no, as in please no, don't sit this one out. Please do play, is what I mean.
For Lantern Rite Grand Concert a reality, you think I'd let anyone else perform the opening act?
Heck yeah.
Wow! There's that rock and roll spirit!
So good.
What do you say, Mr. Dvorak?
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, like we have so many
But
officials working on it
the
too.
opening act is not something to be chosen lightly, Xinyan. I will judge your work by the strictest of standards, so please
No,
make
you
sure
will not.
you are fully prepared.
No, you will not. Thank you.
Are you kidding? I thought you'd never ask.
Xinyan will be performing no matter
I
what.
guess my shopping time's getting cut short. I'm gonna head back right away and start working on this.
This is so cool about Genshin
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
Like you just
If
like
you're gonna
characters
be a
just doing
senior on the
normal
way to
things when you run
Qixing,
into them. She was just
please
doing some
send my
shopping.
regards.
Okay, I promise I will. Good luck with your music, Xinyan. You've got this, Xinyan!
Always got this fantastic character.
So about the senior of yours Xinyan mentioned just now. Is that anyone we know? Yes, it's Xiangling. She's mentioned you two before.
Yes.
Xiangling's always thinking about cooking.
Heck yeah.
Whenever she gets scrapes or burns, she just leaves them to heal by themselves.
Oh my god, no.
She definitely needs someone around her to look after
Can you imagine
her.
that? Like she's probably getting burnt all the time when she's
I
cooking.
know you must have looked out for her a lot too in the time you've known her. So, thank you for that.
No, she's fantastic. And like one of the earliest like story quests we had was with Xiangling.
Oh, it's
The cooking
Master.
quest.
Is it okay if I go and say hi to her?
Of course. What are you talking about? Don't wait for us.
Oh, calm down now, dear.
Madam Ping,
Not to run off anywhere. I'm not a bundle of energy like you.
who gave us the
I
teapot, by
haven't
the way.
seen you in days, Master. I've missed you.
Ah, Yaoyao. Yaoyao's a sweetheart.
Oh, bless you, Yaoyao. You do say the sweetest things. Ah, look who it is. Visiting friends during the lantern rite, are we?
Greetings, Madam Ping.
You're half right, Madam Ping. We were also trying to help out Mr. Dvorak over here. We were on our way to take him to see the Qixing.
Hello, ma'am. I am a musician from Fontaine and an organizer
That
of
tone of the
iridescent
voice
tour. I don't
is
suppose you've heard of
so reminiscent of when your friends would just bring you to random people like,
Master,
this is
Master,
Jerry, you know?
The Iridescent
This is
Tour
Tony.
is a super famous music festival.
Do you ever get that like when your friends will like you'll be at like a party or something and like your friend will like bring you over to talk to like people you never met before and they're just like, oh yeah, and by the way, this is Calvin. You're like, oh hey. Now I've always been very social. Always been very social. Like so it never been too much of a problem for me. But I always remember maybe I was the person bringing people over to other people. Maybe that was me, actually.
An old
It just
lady
feels
like
very
me
reminiscent of the
wouldn't know
past.
much about that sort of thing. A music festival, you say? It sounds terribly exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, right! Madam Ping, how would you feel about that? You're an elder of Liyue, and you know all about Liyue's cultural traditions. Hearing your thoughts would definitely help us figure out how best to approach it.
Man, it feels so long ago when we last talked about him
Do you
playing.
think it might be a bit too modern, or is there any other issue?
Why, not at all. Music pays homage to history and culture, and it can also be a bridge
Yes.
between different civilizations.
100%. I love
Times
that.
change, and the music enjoyed by the youngsters of today is no doubt very different from the tunes I was
Yep.
accustomed to in my youth. Nevertheless, all fine things in life can be appreciated. And so, I look forward to it immensely.
I think it's a very good way of
Hear,
putting
hear.
it.
I do believe that, my own dear grandmother aside, you are the wisest old lady I've ever
Oh,
met.
Dvorak, that's actually such a... Oh, okay, okay.
Goodness gracious.
Praising
You're
your own
being
grandmother while praising someone else.
suspiciously sweet
Fantastic.
today. Yaoyao, whatever have you been feeding them?
Master, you're in such a great mood today. You're even cracking jokes with the rest of us.
Yaoyao's a sweetheart.
well.
An absolute sweetheart.
I'm sure you must have plenty to be getting on with. Yes? Run along now. Don't let me hold you up.
Thanks, Madam Ping. We'll see you again soon.
Yeah, see ya. So, it's interesting to me, like, that phrasing of, like, hey, like, the idea that, you know, music, like, can be exchanged through cultures and all this stuff, and, like, it can be a celebration of other people's cultures. And I feel like that's, like, one of the coolest things, like, that has happened throughout the Genshin playthrough, is, like, the sharing of, like, different cultures and the exploration of different cultures as well. It's been awesome.
You mustn't be afraid to try new things. If you never try, you'll never know. With your contribution, I'm sure this year's Lantern Rite will be a most spectacular one.
Thank you. It won't be a monetary contribution now. I don't got a lot of money. Where are we going now?
And when you meet with the
Can
Ministry
you-
of Civil Affairs, please remind them that the festivities are not an excuse to procrastinate their work.
Understood, Miss Ganyu. I'll take my leave now.
There's something so special about going back and seeing Liyue characters.
You.
And like I said, I feel the same way when I see Mondstadt characters, now even Inazuma characters
What brings
again.
you here, Yaoyao?
I've brought all the medicine you asked me to pick for you. Oh, and here's a pack of sweet flower seeds as well.
Well done, Yaoyao.
Also, these dried Qixing leaves make a great pot of tea that's very good for you. I know you've had a lot to deal with at work recently, but you shouldn't push yourself too
Aw.
hard. If you're not careful, you'll end up falling asleep in the grass again. Well, this is weird. It's like a responsible younger sister talking to their disorganized older sister.
Paimon, you're running your mouth again. Don't listen to Paimon. Honestly, like, you know, I think, you know, Paimon never means bad.
Thank you, but Paimon's criticism is quite valid. I do have a tendency to neglect matters outside
Right,
of work,
yeah.
and that's something I should improve
You have to
on.
prioritize your health
Oh,
and
my
happiness as well.
apologies. I don't believe we've been introduced.
Paimon will do the honors.
Paimon tells Ganyu about Mr. Dvorak and you met his family history, shared music festival aspirations. Oh, that's a... What type of hum is that?
What's wrong? Did Paimon go over everything a bit too
think Ganyu's just like already thinking about this.
If there's anything you didn't quite catch, Paimon's more than happy to go over it again.
It may be
Yeah,
a
okay.
little difficult to make this happen.
Okay.
Oh?
Well, the Lantern Rite is the most important festival of the year. Our celebrations must not only be visually spectacular, but also appeal to the tastes of Liyue citizens from all walks of life. The
Okay.
Iridescence Tour is relatively unknown in Liyue. It's difficult to predict how
That's
a
interesting,
brand new
okay.
show will be received.
So it's also the idea, it's not just about like putting on good show, it's also putting on a show that like, you know, you want to be well received, so like the Lantern Rite could be a success. And like I feel like the Lantern Rite is not just like, that's the thing, the Lantern Rite is not just this fun thing that you put on every year, right? You're also talking about like businesses booming, and like it helps out the harbor quite a bit. It's probably one of the times where everyone in the Liyue makes the most money. So you do want it to be a success on all fronts.
It would be quite risky for us to bet everything on this one music festival.
That makes sense. It does make sense.
All very valid points. I completely understand.
Therefore, we will not replace or cancel any of our pre-existing program. However, I will submit a proposal requesting to put the Iridescence Tour special performance as the final act of this year's festivities.
Okay.
Some live music will certainly add to the festive atmosphere on the night of the Lantern Rite. As for the venue, let's reserve a space at the docks.
That's actually like Ganyu, you were
Yes.
too good at your job.
My thoughts precisely.
Too good at your job.
Now I just need to take some time to give this proposal some polish. As long as I clearly lay out the pros and cons, and highlight the key points of the proposal, given that Ping and the Traveler have both given the idea their blessing, I'm confident that Qixing will be sure to give it serious consideration. Mr. Dvorak, I will
Yeah, it's
need to
just really
discuss
cool
with
that
you
we
the
do
number of
have
musicians who will be coming
like
to
a little
Liyue,
bit of sway, and it makes
as well
sense.
as
It
their
makes sense that we
catering and
do.
accommodation
After all we did for
requirements.
Liyue.
Oh, yes, certainly. Let's step to the side and discuss further.
That's something this game does fantastically all the time, by the way, whereas like they will have our character like be known in a way that's not like overbearing or makes us feel like we're and like too out on the outside, but just accepts us and like appreciates the stuff we've done, I suppose, you know?
Master once said that everyone has things that they are good at and things that they are less good at.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, Ganyu shouldn't feel compelled to
100.
become perfect
Yes,
at
Yao, you're so
absolutely
wise.
everything.
Wise
I'm good at
Yaoyao.
taking care of people, so that can be left to me.
Heck yeah.
Wow. Hey, Yaoyao, can you take care of Paimon too? Paimon's getting hungry again.
Thought we were trying to freeload again.
I'm afraid my backpack's empty now, but if you let me know what you like, I can bring you some of your favorite dishes next time we meet.
Yo, Paimon's gonna love you
Lotus flower
forever.
crisps. What else do you like?
Paimon's gonna love you forever.
Anything sweet, and anything that's made from slime.
Yeah, she loves the slime dish. Paimon is going to think you're the most amazing character who ever lived.
Here's what I've drafted so far. Anything else you want to add?
No, this is excellent. I'm racking my brains, but I don't think you've missed a single thing.
Perfect. Then we'll leave it as is.
This is so cool.
I'll go make an official copy.
And for Ganyu to like, and also I do feel bad that Ganyu
Oh,
has to work
perfect
harder now
timing.
again.
We were just wrapping up our discussion here.
That was quick.
Not at all. Every second counts for a complex proposal such as this. I will inform the Qixing of this development immediately. Please give me a moment to pass on the message. Yaoyao, thank you for bringing my herbs. I will make sure to take them.
Remember to make tea from them first, Ganyu. You mustn't just chew them raw.
All of like
I will.
Like this is again like she's being very supportive of Ganyu, I think, because she wants Ganyu to worry about her health outside of work as well. But I just also think it's like so like such a cool character detail that Yaoyao is like maybe regurgitating in a lot of ways a lot of the stuff that they've learned from other people. Like talked about her master and all this stuff, and like how like everything they've said so far has been like this either wise proverbs or advice.
Okay, I should be getting back. If Yaoyao stays out for too long, Mom and Dad will be worried sick.
I can imagine you were like out in the
Everyone,
forest
I'm
by
sure
yourself.
That the music festival will go off without a hitch, so don't worry. And in case I don't see you before, I wish you all a very happy Lantern
You too,
Rite.
Yaoyao. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yaoyao. Happy Lantern Rite to you, too.
We should go get dinner together sometime.
That'd be sweet. It'd be really sweet. Great interactions here. I'm just worried about giving, you know, Ganyu a bit too much work again.
That lady I just talked to, Ganyu, she really thinks of everything.
She's very wise, and to work
got
for
me
Ningguang, you
wondering.
have to be.
Could it be that all our failed attempts so far have been down to our failure to properly prepare for different contingencies?
No, it's a different beast. You're talking about like the likes of Ningguang and Ganyu and like Qixing as well.
Traveler, Paimon, and
Like
Mr.
Liyue
Dvorak.
is like a
Call
well-oiled
me
machine the majority of the
Ganyu has
time.
brought me up to speed on everything. I'll get straight to the point. The Qixing have approved Ganyu's proposal.
Oh my god.
Over the next few days, I will be working with Mr. Dvorak on behalf of the Qixing to facilitate the organization of this concert.
Yay! That's awesome!
That's all so cool. Qixing strikes again. Yeah, efficient is the way I put like
The Qixing
like
have a
characters in
duty to deal
Liyue.
with matters such as these.
Most
We
characters.
have merely moved things forward to the next step. On a more personal note, I am an avid supporter of all things new and innovative.
Because I think that's why it makes Zhongli so special sometimes as well, is because like Zhongli, you know, spent years upholding like all the values of Liyue, right? And now Zhongli is on his ultimate retired vacation. But yeah, like I just feel like Liyue with these characters is a well-oiled machine. We saw the way they worked when we came here first. How we would be like called to like have conversations with people. It would all be very official. It'd be very efficient. And then you would get to know them afterwards during hangouts or maybe during different story mode quests or Archon quests. It was really cool.
As such, it is my privilege to work with you on this exciting project.
Thank you so much, Qixing. I'd become quite discouraged after our recent failures and was expecting the same outcome once again, so I didn't
You're
dare to
working with the
get my hopes
best.
up.
You're working with the best now.
Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined this going so smoothly. It's like a dream come true. Right. Time for me to call in the performers. To stage a concert at a high-profile event like this is a rare opportunity. We'll make sure it's a night to remember.
So cool.
Yes! Our music band's finally getting fired up!
Yes, indeed. I know exactly what I'm doing from here. For a musician, music will always be the language they are most
Great way to put it.
fluent in.
What about your ancestor? What about the fairy lady? Oh yeah, the actual task you came here to like.
Oh, that. Well, that can wait for another time.
Okay. Okay.
Oh. Ganyu? What's wrong?
They told me all about Mr. Dvorak's situation.
Oh.
But I was so engrossed in drafting the proposal that I forgot all about it.
Oh, that's...
I'm sorry to pause again, but we're gonna be pausing a lot actually. What I'm so happy about when we go back to other places we've been to before, like it's just like I was just looking at Ganyu there, looking at Qixing, and like it's just this happiness, and Zhongli is what's like just this happiness. But this happiness filled up with me there because it's just like, man, like getting to go back to other places you've been before and talk to characters again means the world.
Quite all right. I don't even know what the person I'm trying to find looks like, so it was always going to be a long shot. Don't worry about me, Ganyu. Your time and energy are needed elsewhere.
Ganyu, you're working
I'm
so
sure you
hard.
already have plenty to deal with between this concert and everything else going on.
You're working
during the
so
Lantern
hard.
Rite.
Thanks. It was just that I had a few initial thoughts when I heard your story. For instance, I wonder if this lady your ancestor met might have been an Adeptus.
Whoa.
What do you think?
Yeah, we don't have enough information about it, but like,
To tell you the truth, Mr.
if you can bring that theory,
I
I'll
am
believe
somewhat
it.
related to the Adepti myself. I am part human and
Yes.
part Qixing. The Qixing is
Ganyu had an
illuminated
amazing
beast.
story with that
I
with
know
that
how
with
important your
Xiao.
quest to get in touch with your roots must be to you, because I've been there myself before, trying to find out where I
Yes, and what a
belonged.
story it was.
Did you say the Adepti? And you're illuminated
Yep.
beast, part Qixing? Are you telling me all the rumors of the Liyue Adepti are real?
Oh my
It's
god,
not
you're about to
just
get so.
artistic
Oh my god,
license?
oh my god, you're about to get such
They're
a.
real.
Yeah.
Trying to track them down is tough, though. Like Julian Karst itself. There's nothing specifically stopping you from going there, but getting in and out of there is
It's so cool
quite
seeing
an
someone else
ordeal.
find out about the Adepti.
Anyway, if you're looking to uncover a lost melody or shine light on a forgotten aspect of Liyue's cultural history, I'm probably not the best person to ask. But if it's a person you're looking for, then I just might be able to help.
I see. I think I understand the situation now. In that case, Ganyu, shall we divide the work between us?
Oh my god.
Yes, That was also my thought.
Oh my god, you have catching and God, you
Mr.
working with
Dvorak
this.
and I will concentrate on things here in the city to make sure the concert goes according to plan.
Oh my
In the
god.
meantime, Ganyu will reach out to her network and try
You
to
don't know
find
how
the
lucky
person
you
he's looking
are.
for. How's your workload at the moment? Will you be able to make time?
Yeah, God, you have to prioritize yourself.
Everything in 2 days, as long as I
No,
don't
sleep. You gotta
Wait,
sleep.
What do you mean as long
Yeah,
as I
please
don't sleep?
sleep.
Even for someone with illuminated beast blood in their veins, working for such an extended period without a break will take
Exactly.
its toll on your health.
Exactly.
Somehow that does not sound persuasive coming from Qixing.
Be it but 3 moons from the start, he who returns is not he that departs.
So every journey,
Even I know the importance of maintaining a healthy
yeah,
work-life
will change you.
balance.
In that case, 3 days.
3 days, okay.
All right. I
We'll
can
deal
work
with
with
that. We'll have a deal with that. I just
If
want
you
don't want
have
God
the
you to be
time,
overworked.
Would you join me for this search? You're
Heck
well known
yeah.
to many of the Adepti and respected among the people. I'll feel much
Oh
more
my god, I'm
at
gonna
ease with
cry.
your
This is
company.
so good. This dude, by the way, doesn't know how
then
lucky he
let's meet
is.
back here in 3 days.
He has the freaking like efficiency girls on his case, on both of his
We'll get to the
cases.
bottom of this.
You're all so helpful and kind. I really.
Oh my
I
god.
just.
Just think. Imagine if we found the Adeptus lady, or one of her descendants, and got them to come to the performance. Wouldn't that be amazing? It'd be such a happy reunion.
What I'm saying is, well, by the way, like this is the equivalent of like imagine this happening. Like you come to a strange town for not the first time ever, but like for the first time in a while, and like the 2 most efficient and hardworking people in the entire city are like, oh, I'll help you, and I'll help you, and we'll work tirelessly, and you do this thing and I do this thing. Like you have no idea how lucky you are.
And that's exactly what this festival's all about.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out all the stops to make this lantern ride a true
It's gonna be so
extravaganza.
cool. So
We should
cool.
probably get going. Mr. Dvorak, could you come with me to confirm the site?
Ooh, we're coming too.
This is so cool.
I was wondering, what are your thoughts on music? What does it mean to you?
To me?
Music sounds nice?
Music to me is like a universal language.
Truth be told, the question of what music means to people is one that I've been pondering for quite some time. Let's revisit this question after the concert.
Like, while I like relating music to myself sometimes and like how it makes me feel, I also love hearing people express how they feel through music. And so when it's a song that like really means something, that's when I'm like super into like music like that, you know?
Lady Yuhang,
Oh, the side-eye.
What is it?
Efficiency side-eye.
per Lady Ningguang's orders, I've been gathering intelligence outside of the city with the goal of uncovering and dispatching any trouble ahead of the festival. I am told that a strange melody was heard somewhere along the coast. I was wary of investigating further on my own, so I was just on my way to report this incident to Lady Ningguang. But I'm worried that if we don't act right away, we may miss the window of opportunity to take
Very
appropriate
interesting.
action.
Okay, I think we found a lead right
I
away.
understand. In that case,
Yeah, let us handle this one.
Yeah, Qixing, you're busy enough as it is. There's a ton of different
Yes.
things in the city that need
Yes.
your attention. Leave it to us. Don't worry.
This is making me
Whatever
so
it is,
happy.
We'll definitely be able to handle it.
Just seeing like catching and
We'll handle it.
he no, we'll handle it
With
together.
the traveler on the case, it's as good as dealt with.
Oh, that feels so good to hear someone say it.
Thank you. This will be a great help. I will inform Lady Ningguang about the situation.
But
Once
I
it's
said it before in this
resolved,
episode
please
how
come and
like
find me
it's so
again
cool
at
how they don't
Eugene
forget what the
Terrace and
traveler
let me
did
know.
for Leeway.
Do.
It's awesome.
Say hi to Ningguang for us.
Just like we don't forget what people have done for
have
us as
my
well.
thanks,
Look at
too.
that in the background.
stay safe and come back as soon as you're finished.
You don't work too hard, okay?
Good luck.
So cool. Honestly, just so fun.
She said she'll reach out to the Yunhan Opera Troupe? Huh, I see. Then I'll arrange for a rehearsal venue and accommodation as soon as possible. Everything should be ready tonight.
Many thanks, Qixing. You know, I once heard someone from Liyue describe a person as swift as lightning and agile as the wind. At the time, I thought it was a curious expression, and I had a hard time piecing together a mental image of such a person.
Oh my god.
But now, having seen Qixing in action, I honestly can't think of any other way to describe it. It's such a vivid and expressive phrase.
That's
a
so
testament
nice.
to the richness of Liyue's culture.
Okay, he knows how lucky he
Too
is.
kind, Mr. Dvorak.
He knows how lucky he is. And like, while I also understand that like a music festival could bring a lot more eyes to the Lantern Rite as well,
right? But Paimon doesn't hear anything.
it's still very, very, you know,
Doesn't seem to
good
be
to
a
have them on your
sign.
side.
I was just wondering who in their right mind
Oh!
would come out to a place like this.
Hello.
So, it's you two.
Yaon? How'd you sneak up on us like that? You nearly gave Paimon a heart attack.
You look pretty alive to me. Can't have spooked you that bad.
Oh, there she is.
You... fair enough.
Fair enough.
Ah, you're here for that too?
I was just like, yeah,
Saves me a bit
I
of
suppose.
explaining.
That makes sense.
Come with me. I've already reconned the perimeter, so we
Oh my
should be
god.
safe.
See, that's like, we should learn, again, when I say like that guy doesn't know how lucky he is, we should also understand how lucky we are to constantly have this like amazing help from such amazing characters all the frickin' time. You know what I mean? Like, we also have that lucky help, and that's true all regions we go to. Oh, someone, they actually figured out that puzzle that I've never figured out.
The stuff by the door is in pretty good condition, though. It can't have been too long ago that someone was last living here.
Okay. Detective Paimon, always the best.
This place is completely empty. There's nothing valuable left here at all.
So someone left, but not long ago.
The doors and the windows are all fine, so there definitely wasn't a break-in.
So now I have to talk to Yelan again.
How strange. It looks like it's been looted, except for the fact that there's no sign of a
Yes, I wonder if
struggle.
someone got up and left.
The bad guys could have sneaked in while the owner was gone, but then how do you explain why the door and windows are intact?
That's the thing. It's like someone
Seems
left.
you've done a pretty thorough inspection. So, any theories on what might have happened here?
Yaylon, you didn't hide some of the evidence
Oh, no.
from us on purpose, did you?
Why would I make this more difficult for you? We're on the same side here.
Okay, well... Paimon gives up then. Paimon's got nothing.
She got
What
nothing.
about you? Give up as well?
It must have something to do with the melody, maybe?
Yep. It's not obvious at first sight, that's for sure. To be honest, I was only able to put it all together because of some background
Okay.
knowledge about
Okay,
this
so some
area.
pre-existing knowledge.
A long time ago, there used to be a group of bandits in the Liyue countryside who would sound a horn every time they were about to raid a village.
Right.
But it wasn't a rallying cry to rouse their fellow men. It was a disconcerting tune, meant to intimidate the weak and warn them of their impending doom.
Oh.
To escape with their lives, the villagers would abandon their homes and flee overnight, taking only their most valuable belongings with them. Everything else was left behind. The bandits were eventually brought to justice, but the fear and trauma remained in the villagers'
I can only
hearts.
imagine. Jesus
Whenever
Christ.
they heard that melody, they would feel like their lives were in danger
Oh my
once again
god.
and flee immediately.
Wait, so they heard the melody?
culprit of this crime exploited that very fear to get access to this house without having
Oh,
to
that's
force
even
their way
that's
in.
way worse than anything I thought was happening.
That's quite the story.
The victims obviously will have gotten quite a fright, but at least they won't be in any great danger.
Yeah, but it's still
The
so
important
horrible.
thing now is to find this copycat criminal. On any other day, that'd probably be a good idea. Unfortunately, it's not gonna work today.
Why is that?
Take a look around and you'll see what I mean. This criminal is clearly well-versed both in using music to commit crimes and in making a clean getaway.
Man.
Not only did they stay off the muddy road to avoid leaving footprints, it looks like they were also careful not to bring any gadgets with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Evidently, they were intent on keeping even the most experienced investigators off their trail. Unfortunately for them, I'm one of the best trackers in the
Heck
business.
yeah, Yelon, let's
They're
go.
not about to get away with their little scheme on my watch.
Let's get him. Let Paimon kick him.
So basically, if we want to find the culprit, we just need to follow Yelan.
Yeah. Well done, Paimon. Detective Paimon's very good though too. She needs a little detective hat. They should do like a side game like Detective Pikachu but with Detective Paimon.
Mm-hmm. As long as you can keep up. Since the culprit's trying to be cautious and low risk, I'll bet they left through an area with some vegetation for cover, but not so much that it would slow them down.
Right. Oh. She's like, yeah, you can keep up. She's like, no, I'll wait for you. No problem. Again, some interesting teams here. They have the Raiden Shogun, which is really, really sick.
Here, look at this.
Huh?
These tracks are superficial, but they definitely didn't occur naturally.
Oh.
Something heavy was being dragged this way, meaning we're headed in the right direction.
Good. It's so sad though, like that, like, you know, trauma is the thing that like made people leave their house so they could just steal. Like that's horrible. That's legitimately like a evil thing to do.
Their pace is increased. Normally, people carrying a heavy load slow down as their journey goes on and they start to tire.
Right.
Whatever's motivating them to speed up must be psychological. For instance, reaching the home stretch.
It's like, you know, when you're like, it's like, oh well, I'm almost there. I'll slow down a tiny bit. I'll relax a little bit. Honestly though, like whoever, like I can't imagine what we're gonna do when we find them.
A treasure hoarder tent.
Oh, it's so, the stone structures here are so cool.
Treasure hoarders again. And so close to Lantern Ride too. 'Tis not the season for their
Yeah, you tell him. You tell him, Paimon.
Come on, let's round them up.
'Tis not the season for their antics is a great line as well though. Yeah, no, just
Who are you?
as soon as you admit
Where
you
did
did
you
this, guy,
come from?
you're gonna get the beating of your life. Horrible what you did.
The evidence is conclusive.
Oh, guy, what the
Okay,
hell?
Confess and we'll go easy on
No,
you.
we won't. I mean,
My
yes, we will,
patience
but
is running low. So why don't you do us both?
what you
a
did was
favor,
evil.
hmm?
You kidding me? You think I'm scared of
Oh,
you?
buddy. Buddy.
Perhaps not, but you should be.
No, you really should. Oh, buddy, no. You're. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. Oh, and it's just Yelan. Oh, no.
Seems like you're not all talk after all.
What did you think was
There's
gonna
no going
happen?
back now. Better up my game.
What did you think was gonna happen, buddy?
Mercy. Have
Oh, mercy? Mercy.
Oh, it's a little late for that.
Maybe we should play a
I've
song
come
and then
this
give you
far,
mercy.
I might as well finish the job.
I surrender. I surrender, please. I'll do whatever you say. Please have mercy.
Tell us everything. You have one chance, and I'm warning you. Don't make me ask twice.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
at this
won't,
stage,
I
buddy.
swear.
I wouldn't.
You know, so Lantern Rite's nearly here. And
Yeah.
like a lot of people, I wanted to buy a few nice things.
Hold, no.
I know I'm
no.
with the treasure hoarders
No.
and everything, but I don't really have any kind of experience with robbing people and whatnot. So I don't have the guts to break into somebody's house.
Okay.
Wow, you're really going to complain to us about
Exactly,
that?
Paimon.
No,
Exactly.
not at all. I'm just telling it how it is.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah, you got an MK on
Racked
that.
my brains trying to think of what I could do. And eventually, I remembered something from back when I was a kid. The bandits would blow their horn.
No
and my grandma
way.
Would grab us kids and
You
run.
knew about the
I remember the
trauma
tune,
and
so
used
I-
it anyway.
I figured I'd try it for myself. I mean, just to see what would happen.
Oh,
At
God.
first, anyway, I seriously didn't expect that family to pack up and leave.
Okay, so then maybe
they
run
did.
on and say, no, I
And
faked
they
it.
just left all their stuff right there for the taking. It was too easy. I couldn't resist.
If it was like, oh
It
my
was
God.
completely
Oh
wrong
my
of
God.
me. I know that now.
Wrong?
I'll return everything that I took. It's all still in perfect condition.
You stop clapping.
It'll be like it was never gone. Please, give me a chance, huh? Let me make it right.
Here's the thing. You will return the stuff or we will return the stuff. Here's the answer to this, right? This is worse now. Because he knew about like what the trauma was. He was part of that thing when people they were running away. That's even worse. That's like being fully aware of what it is and doing it, right? You're not just being like, that's to me, that's worse.
Give you a chance, huh? Sounds to me like you'd rather strike some kind of a deal than spend Lantern Rite
Your
behind
jacket's so cool,
bars.
Yelan.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my god.
You know how to bargain, I'll give you that. It's just a pity that you didn't confess
You had a
at the
chance.
first
You had a
opportunity.
chance.
You'll have to take a walk with me.
Oh god.
Once we've returned the goods, we'll find the owner of the house,
Yeah.
and you can apologize to them in person. After that, I'll escort you to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Honestly, like,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, what this
You
guy did
know,
was horrible.
As a former victim of this kind of crime yourself, I doubt anyone understands the fear you inflicted. quite
That's
as
what I'm
well
saying.
as you do.
Yelan, that's what I'm
Does
saying.
your greed matter more to you than your fear? More to the point, if you can play a tune from memory, don't you think you should be capable of making an honest living?
Interesting.
You mean
I think the way to look at this is like, we know for a fact that like, you know, we're playing a game called Raincoat now on the side, and a lot of crime comes from the fact that, you know, in that game comes from the fact that like they have a very awful living, and it's not easy for a lot of people to make money in those times. And I 100% believe that not everyone in Genshin is able to make money easily. I 100% believe that. I think Yelan is trying to say here though is like, look. And it's not always true. It's like, look, you have some, which again, I just don't think is always true. Like, you have some talent, you can make some money anywhere. But I think Yelan is like, hey, you have enough effort to memorize a song that's able to bring people like back to their trauma, but you can only make money by robbing. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know. It to me, that's what she's saying, because like to me, like what's so horrible about this at the end of this day is that like he absolutely knew what that does to people, right? And the fact that he knows it from memory means that it's stuck in his head too. And what Yelan said as well was so true. It's like your fear is not was less important than money. And to me, that's also like you took their freaking trauma as less than making money, as you know, protecting your past less than making is less to you than making money.
That's enough hints for you. You'll have plenty of time to reflect on all of this yourself.
Horrible.
There's not much left to wrap up, so I'll take it from here. Guess this is where I'll say goodbye.
Sure. This is not just a basic treasure hoarder action, right?
Is there something else?
Not at all.
I'm still not sure how you first got your hands on this information, so play it safe when you get back. Don't mention to anyone that you ran into
Well,
me
if you
out
say
here.
it, will it be true?
You helped a lot with the investigation.
Oh my God.
last anyway, so it's perfectly fair for you to get all the credit. Just take it. It works better for me too. See you when I see you.
That close-up
and
whisper?
Happy Lantern Rite.
Oh my god, now he has to walk with her.
Yelan's such a pro at this. With her taking it from here, it's as good as resolved.
The whisper in the ear, by the way, she's like a pro at doing that stuff, right? She's so slick. She is like the a international spy of Genshin. But yeah, like just to put a pin in that, like I'm just thinking about how horrible it is for a family to have to pick up all their things really quick, because I think, let's just be honest here, because they think that they're going to be in dire straits. They think that they are going to die. The trauma of that, bringing their kids, and now you know what that's done. You know what that has done? It's now on the other kids as well, the new kids, because those parents who sadly enough probably could never, like there's nothing here for like ordinary families that's going to help them get over that trauma, you know? They're never going to get, like, they will now, they passed on that onto their kids, not on purpose, but now their kids are going to forever remember, when I hear that song that day was when we picked up all our stuff and ran away. And it doesn't matter if you go back and say, hey, I was lying about it, I apologize. That doesn't matter. That's going to be imprinted on a kid forever, you know? And it also makes people less trusting.
Random event, a strange melody, complete. Although,
I just talk about random
it's
events.
a shame that we never got that treasure hoarder guy to play the melody again.
Why is it a shame?
Cause Paimon's curious, that's why. It's like when you have a tune stuck in your head, but you don't even know what it is. It's driving Paimon crazy.
I suppose, but
When we were chatting with Mr. Dvorak, music seemed like such a positive thing.
yep.
And most music is, right? It can help us relax, feel all warm and fuzzy, recall happy
Yep.
memories, or even just think
And
happy
sometimes sad
thoughts.
songs can help you through the
I would never
bad times too.
imagine that music could be used to commit crimes.
But I mean, like, it's like, if you think of it like you know, war times, like a lot of times, like, you know, the beating of a drum, you know, the dun, 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 like the beating of a drum before you go into battle. Like, do you think for, like, and again, they don't probably show this all the time in war movies. They do show the actual drums, but like the after effects of that, you survive a war, but like you see people dying all around you. Do you not think you're going to be awake at night thinking to yourself forever, like in your head, like that those beating of those drums, every time you hear drums in the city, like you're not going to think of that? Like, yeah, music can be used for different things.
Oh, really? Huh. Makes sense. Paimon's musical understanding improves again!
Heck yeah, bye, bud.
Well, anyway, now that everything's resolved, let's get back to Liyue Harbor. Paimon's still waiting for us with our random event rewards.
I love the way she's calling it a random event, like it's like, you know, when you find a random event in the wild.
That's great news. Oh, please wait here a moment if you would be so kind. Lady Ningguang instructed me to advise her upon your return.
Anything Ningguang wants, she gets. Ningguang wants anything, she gets it. Oh my god!
My greetings to both of you.
Oh my god, hello!
Long time no see.
It's so good to see you.
No need to be so formal with us, Ningguang. We've known each other for a long time now.
Oh my god.
We're super busy with all the preparations for Lantern Rite. Don't mind us.
On the contrary, I think it is those that I have known longest to whom I should extend the greatest courtesies.
That's I love that.
On a different day, I would invite both of you inside for some tea
Yeah, it'd be
and a
so
brief
nice.
respite from your travels. But you're quite right. Trivial matters aside, there's no escaping the fact that we have a grand concert to organize.
Oh, she's heard about it.
Once the performance itself is over, we'll then need to invite the representatives of the Iridescence Tour for a discussion on future collaboration opportunities. The financing arrangements alone could well entail many rounds of discussion.
Her voice is so
Simply put,
good.
There will always be work to do.
Whoa, you're already thinking that far ahead?
That's why she's the best.
Well, we can discuss more current affairs if you'd prefer. I trust you saw this year's Mingxiao lantern at the docks when you arrived at the city?
Yeah, it looked like a goose. Which Adeptus is it modeled on this time?
Sea Gazer. I believe you're familiar with the name. Legend holds that he was free-spirited and easygoing. People described him as a cheerful soul and a loyal friend. On this marvelous lantern rite, we pray that the fallen heroes may be guided home.
Very cool.
If the sound of music can flow like the rivers and streams into every corner of the land, perhaps the souls of those who have gone before us will hear the song of a new
That's so
era.
cool.
I wondered whether the melodies will be
The
to
idea of
their
like
liking.
songs calling people home.
You're gonna love them. Paimon's sure of it. At least, if the guy you mentioned is anything to go by, the Adepti and heroes of the past sound like a positive and free-spirited, cheerful bunch. They're sure to be open to new music.
Hopefully.
Well, let's hope so.
Man, she's
I
the
heard
best.
That you'll be going on a search with Ganyu to find the descendants of a fairy lady from a Fontaine legend.
Yes, we are.
I'm sure
Do you
this
approve?
quest to uncover the truth behind an ancient story will turn into a most charming
Heck yeah.
tale. Do share it with me, won't you?
Of course, Lady
I couldn't bear to
Ningguang.
miss out.
Of course we will. Oh, you tired, Ganyu? Oh no, Ganyu. No, Ganyu. Oh, this poor girl. Oh, now I'm getting on too.
Greetings, Traveler and Paimon. What time is it?
Oh, are you okay?
Are you okay, Ganyu? You were nodding off there. Didn't you sleep well last night?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Let's discuss the matter at hand.
Ganyu.
Since last time, I've been thinking a lot about the story Paimon told me. In essence, someone rescued a drowning man and performed some music. If that were all there was to it, it could have been many people, human or Adeptus. But the tune was allegedly so wonderful that the drowning man forgot about everything else.
How amazing is this song?
Even his own impending death, and only came to his senses after being brought to shore. Perhaps there was an adeptal power at work in that music that he, as a mortal, could not perceive. Or perhaps he sensed a power surrounding him but lacked the words to describe it, not knowing where it came from.
Fair enough.
Either way, if this part of the story is true, then the rescuer has to have been an Adeptus.
You really think so? But this story is all the way from Fontaine. Isn't this a bit of a long shot? Also, Paimon's really curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked.
Maybe imagine her having wings?
Ooh, like a crystal fly's wings? That would be pretty cool. But Paimon definitely can't imagine any of the Adepti looking like that. Actually, Ganyu, if you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
Huh? Me?
It's so interesting with Ganyu that Ganyu like is again one of the most efficient and hardworking people. We could trust her with everything. But like most characters, when you go to the social aspect of things, sometimes it can be a bit awkward when you talk to give them questions that are out of like their usual efficient manner.
I'd get them to the shore, and then I'd probably hide behind a tree and watch them for a while.
Oh, okay.
Once I was sure that they were going to be okay, I'd slip away without a sound.
I think it's so cute.
Got it. So basically, Ganyu's the type of person who doesn't like taking credit for her good
Just
deeds.
likes working hard.
No, it's not like that. I'm just not very good at explaining things. And I also find it really awkward accepting other people's gratitude.
You're with the wrong people.
What if this Adeptus in the story had a similar attitude? That would explain why she just left without saying a word. She was probably thinking something like, one was merely passing by and saw fit to address this egregious disruption to one's graceful zithering at once. You may keep your thanks to yourself.
Oh, I love you so much, Paimon.
That was actually a very
It
good
is.
impression of Cloud Retainer,
Yeah,
Paimon.
Paimon's so observant.
As far as I'm aware, Cloud Retainer isn't the most musically gifted. Still, we can't completely rule her out just yet.
Right.
If we set off now, we could head to Mount Outsung and ask her about it. You'll be able to confirm either way if it's her, and I can, I've been in Lea Harbor for so long now that I'm just not as familiar with the Adepti anymore. If there's anything we want to know about them, she's the best person
That's
to
okay.
ask.
Yeah, we can do it. Thank you.
Sounds great! And we're pretty close with Cloud Retainer by now,
Yeah.
so we probably don't even need to bring her food this time,
Hopefully.
right?
Hopefully.
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the festival, just in case.
You still have some
However,
reservations?
Cloud Retainer spends most of her days studying mechanisms in her abode. She's on her own so much of the time that the moment she has someone to chat with, she just... Never mind. I promised I'd help Mr. Dvorak, and now that I've made the contract, I can't be having second thoughts. Traveler, Paimon, let's set off for Cloud Retainer's abode.
Let's go.
Seems like this is a tough
This has been
decision
just-
for Ganyu, but she's made up her mind now.
No, she's great. She's absolutely fantastic. We could support her as well.
Okay, how about this? If Cloud Retainer tries to start telling stories about her again this year, we should pipe up and change the topic.
There we go. There we go. Support her this time.
Did she leave already?
Oh.
Hey, Ganyu, wait up!
Yeah, no, because remember last time there was a few jokes about her, yeah.
Tired from trying to keep up. Don't either of you need to take any breaks?
It's so pretty.
I can't believe it. Cloud Retainer is not here.
All right.
Huh? Did we miss her?
She doesn't like to travel.
Oh, this song.
So in the past, it's always been the other Adepti who come to visit her during the festivals.
Could she be busy somewhere else right now? Or could she run into trouble?
True. Now that I think about it, Cloud Retainer would be quite capable of taking care of anything on her own. There's no need to worry about her.
Okay.
Since she's not here, I guess the next step is to check all the other Adepti abodes, one by
This
one.
is so cool. Going back to all the other Adepti abodes.
Will it involve a lot more traveling?
Paimon, they call me the Traveler.
Got it! Paimon has a great idea!
Please go on, Paimon.
Our goal here is to find the Adeptus that helped Dvorak's ancestor, right?
Yeah.
We can't hear any music right now, but if she's really as nice as the story suggests, she'd definitely come to help anyone who was drowning.
Wait, Paimon?
Yes, I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
So, all we have to do is get the Traveler to
Oh,
pretend
God.
to fall into the water, and the Adeptus will come to the rescue.
If you're so sure, why don't you try, Paimon?
You know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim. Paimon would sink like a rock.
I love my guy. I would totally, just for Paimon, give it a try.
Just trust Paimon.
Oh, we're actually doing this?
Over there.
We're actually doing this?
Swim to the very center.
Okay. It's not. Wait. No. No. Paimon. Oh no.
If only there was a kind heart Adeptus here to save us. Oh no! Whatever will a Paimon do?
Oh my god. Paimon.
What
So
is
someone-
going on?
Oh! Xiao, of course Xiao saved us. And it's Shenhe.
How do you feel right now?
Xiao and Shenhe?
Uh,
Did I die and go to heaven?
and the Conqueror of Demons.
Oh god, you.
Why don't you say something? Please don't make Paimon
We
explain
were
it.
pretending to drown. Xiao, I'm so sorry, because Xiao genuinely cares. And so does Shenhe as well, obviously. Like these were our two people.
Adeptus who's good at being a lifeguard and playing music.
Do you guys have a band? I cannot believe we were woken up and saved by Xiao and Shenhe. They heard our cries for help, and we were just pretending to drown.
Then how are we supposed to find them?
Oh god. Like,
It wasn't me.
no. It's good to see you though.
This Adeptus is most likely a woman.
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already
Yeah,
know.
but so good to see you
Traveler
two.
and Paimon.
I'm so sidetracked by our mission now because I'm seeing Shenhe and Xiao right in front of me.
No way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how awkward this was going to
Oh
be.
my god, we're so sorry. We're so sorry.
Glad you're okay.
Oh no, Xiao, you're leaving already. Yeah, come on, hang out for a bit. Hang
As
out.
far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one
Well,
last
stay for a
thing.
bit though.
Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry.
You're so right.
Do not repeat them again.
Oh
in the
my
future.
god, Xiao. Xiao basically said, you worried me. Don't do this. And we know Xiao cares about this. This is a factual thing. We know how much he cares about us. Like Xiao's a person literally in a previous mission we just did in Baiju's story quest. We literally spent 2 seconds calling Xiao when he appeared. This is not he literally just said, please, don't worry me again.
As ever, the Conqueror of Demons comes and goes, just like the wind.
Yeah, but Xiao only leaves because
You're
he
right.
has that thing inside him where he's like, I don't want to bother other people as well. By the way, so glad to see Shenhe as well. That's this quest was made for me. Seeing Shenhe and Xiao in the same place, and you know how much they were
I didn't dare to say a word just now. How's your training going, Shenhe?
I adore
Have
him.
you made any plans for Lantern Rite? We could spend it together in Liyue Harbor if you'd like.
Such a cool
I
design
had
still.
planned to spend the festival with Master this year.
Oh my god, you serious? You coming with
However-
us? Shenhe?
Speaking of Cloud Retainer, when did you see her last?
Earlier this morning, she set off for Mount Hulao at dawn.
Oh, your
I
eyes.
noticed she was using an Adeptus art.
I can't believe you pretended to
protect
drown.
a mechanism that looked like a boiler. Maybe it was a gift for Mountain Shaper. I did not inquire.
So we just missed her. Please excuse me for a moment. I think I'll leave the gift in her abode.
Oh, that's still nice of you.
Sure. Thank you.
And Shenhe, you come hang out with us all day.
It
What
sounds
a
like
nice thing
Anya
that would
and
be.
Shenhe have gotten a lot closer recently.
That's awesome.
Yes. During the summer and winter, I continued to train with Master. In the other months of the year, I have been learning to adapt to human life in Liyue
That's so
Harbor.
good, Shenhe.
Ganyu arranged accommodations for me in the city, and also recommended several
That's
work
so
positions
good.
for me.
Shenhe.
But when I try to blend in by referring to her as Miss Ganyu or Lady Ganyu, like the others, she says I mustn't address her like
Right,
that.
okay.
Sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people.
That's
Sometimes I'm not.
confusing, right?
It's a
yes.
little difficult
People
to
have
keep
different
track of
ideas,
everything.
yes.
Oh, is that what it is?
Sorry, I was so
Noted.
distracted by how awesome it is that she was doing this. And we're gonna read this again. I just want
It's
you
a
to be
little difficult to
too
keep
courteous
track of
around her.
everything.
Yes. It's so good, Shenhe, to...
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Noted. So, you came looking for Master today because you wanted to ask her about the mystery Adepti.
Yeah, but we found Shenhe and
Is that
Xiao.
right?
Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished.
Speaking of that, have you ever heard any music while out training in the mountains?
Music? What is that?
You don't know what music is?
It's a kind
Yeah.
of
Why we had so many
or
different
relaxing
interpretations
sound,
today.
or a nerve-wracking sound, or even a terrifying one.
Yeah. It's very interesting Paimon's changed her
hold on.
tune on music already.
I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us. We won't miss her again.
Yay! That's really helpful.
Awesome.
Thanks.
We were just talking about this thing called music, and based on Paimon's description, I do believe I
For
hear
real?
it every day. Please follow me.
Oh, really? Great, let's go.
I'm never gonna get over the fact that in this one event, we pretended to drown, which was already crazy. And Shenhe and Xiao saved us. Well, Xiao, I guess, but then Shenhe came running as well. I'm guessing that's what happened. Who knows? They didn't exactly explain it. It could be either or.
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music.
Okay. That shows how universal music is. You didn't even know what music was, but you were like, I love this. Deep in thought together. The one brain cell crew.
Paimon's gone deaf. Paimon can't hear anything.
My condolences, Paimon or me too, are both hilarious as ancestors.
Gone deaf after all. Paimon heard you when you just spoke. Anyway, where is this music?
Yeah.
The
I wonder if it
faint
plays at random
sound of
times.
birdsong, the quiet murmur of the streams.
Oh my
These
god,
are
Shenhe.
relaxing
That actually
sounds.
makes perfect sense.
Are they not the music of which you speak?
Oh,
It's different from what we thought of.
Paimon wasn't quite done with the description. Okay, fine. It's all Paimon's fault. What we're looking for are not the sounds of nature,
Oh, Shenhe.
but melodies played on special instruments.
But like, the sound of birds singing, you know, you can see that as music as well, you know?
And a melody is?
Sing us a nursery rhyme is hilarious.
Hey, don't you patronize Paimon. Let's get one thing straight. Paimon knows plenty of nursery rhymes, but Paimon does not sing on demand.
Yes!
Without payment.
You tell him!
Hey, why don't you just sing that one
You
melody
tell
she
him.
has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're talking about.
We're all for supporting Paimon and whatever she wants. Oh my god, Zach. Great voice. Even I'm clapping.
Oh, was that from the opera that Yoonjin
Yes.
sang?
Because I forgot that, yeah, like, Shenhe was at the opera with us, but I guess, like, again, that's how universal music can be, right? Like, she saw a full opera with Yeonjin and just knew that it made her feel something. Didn't talk about, like, what it was, like, what the specifications of it were. It's just, that's what it was. It made me feel something.
Melodies can be called music.
That's awesome.
It felt like I was transported back to the
Yes.
past. In my mind's eye, I could see the Xiao lanterns lighting up the night sky again.
Yeah, Xiao lanterns.
We're all there, raising our glasses and drinking to our heart's content.
So they're
in
called
the
Xiao
great
lanterns,
chamber.
but okay.
As I watched Yoonjin's performance, I felt a warm sensation in my heart. And as the drink reached my stomach, it went from warm to hot.
This is what music can do. It can take you back to a different time. It can make you feel things that you used to feel before. This is what music can do. It's so cool. And I love the idea that, I mean, I guess I maybe forgot they're called Xiao lanterns because they probably explained that before at some point. But like the idea that, like, I guess like they are, you know, Xiao is, you know, tied to the lantern Rite. I hope we get to see him again before the end of this lantern Rite.
When you hummed that melody just now, feelings from a whole year ago came right back to me.
So
as strong
good.
as they were on that day.
That's so good.
So that's the power of music.
Wow, Shenhe. That was so deep.
Again, it's so universal.
Music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like a time capsule with all the special moments from our lives squished inside.
Because here's the thing, there's people who I know who will go, I don't listen to music, right? And I understand that. Like, there's people who are just like, I just don't listen to music, right? But then, like, they will also be like, oh, I played this game the other day called Silent Hill 2, and they played the theme of Laura in the game. And now whenever I hear the theme of Laura's song, you know, excuse me, when I play it again, like, it makes me think of that moment. And it's like, okay, maybe you don't listen to music, but music still makes you feel the same way Shenhe felt in this way.
What about you, Ganyu? Are there any melodies that have left a deep impression
Such a good question.
on you?
I don't remember if my parents ever sang any lullabies to me. I know some local folk songs, and a few
That's so
other
cool.
things come to mind too.
This is the best.
The songs of the sailors down at the docks. The little ditties that the vendors call
Oh, we
out
love
in
a
front of
ditties.
their beloved shops. The tunes of folk artists performing on the streets.
Like the songs of sailors being called like the word ditties and stuff like that, and tunes of folk art, like the word folk music, like all that stuff like gives off like a very like calming nature to me, right? Like, oh, like sing a little ditty, you know? It like gives me so like it feels so calming hearing that. All the sounds of Liyue Harbor.
Yes, that's right. In the past, whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, I always felt that they were worlds apart from me.
Okay.
Nenny and Liyue probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with humans' artistic expression and their sentiments. So I haven't been able to integrate into their community and be a part of their
I remember when you
lives.
first showed up, people kind of
At
saw
least
you as a very
that's the
serious
view I
like
held in the past.
entity almost.
Only more recently did I start to realize that the only barriers are ones that I have erected
Yeah.
with my imagination.
Yeah, there you go.
The way those melodies make me feel isn't all that different from other people after all. They're about mundane details of everyday existence.
Yes.
Life's ups and downs, joys and sorrows. Even though we come from different backgrounds and have different stories to tell, when it comes down to the most common things that we see and experience around us each day in the city,
This is so
in that
good,
sense,
Ganyu.
we're all the same.
I always bring up the fact that there's an episode of King of the Hill where like a new neighbor comes into the neighborhood, and Hank and Khan are like so different from each other, and they're constantly arguing, you know, like, you know, and they're like back and forth like about each other's cultures and all this stuff, like, you know, and I like they just don't get along because they're like they just feel like they're so different from each other. And then at the same time, the both of them give out to their child in the same way. I know it sounds weird, but they're just like, go to your room at the same time they say, and they turn to each other and go like, you say go to your room? I say go to your room. It's like, and he's like, yeah, like, what? And then they start like, it's just a joke, obviously, but they're like, and how do do you do bed without supper? Yes, bed without supper is a must do, even though like, obviously, you know, like it's like a 90s show, but like still, it just like, it makes you realize that like, yes, like you might have like different backgrounds and different pasts and different places you came from, different countries, different worlds. But at the end of the day, like, you know, everyone puts like, you know, mostly everyone puts their shoes on in the same way in the morning. You know, everyone puts their pants on, you know, in the same way in the morning, depending on who you are, obviously, and like if you even wear pants. But you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? It's really cool.
You go, Ganyu! You're really making progress. You have loads of friends in Liyue Harbor when you think about it. Like,
No, you can see, like, it's okay.
Okay, maybe some are more like coworkers and bosses, but at the very least, Qixing and
Yeah.
Shenhe are your friends now,
And
right?
what could you ask for two better friends?
I am.
There you go. Could you ask for two better
Technically
friends?
speaking, we should refer to each other by the conventional forms of address used among fellow disciples. But now that I know what constitutes a friendship, I do believe we are more friends than co-disciples.
Heck yeah. That's so sweet for Ganyu. And for Shenhe too. I feel they both have that feeling of
Once
like,
the
you know,
days are
wanting to
warmer,
belong
I
and
would like to host
adapting to
you
the
at my
city
home in the city.
and the harbor.
Please invite Qixing as well. I've planted many types of flowers.
That sounds so nice.
I'm sure some of them will be to your
This
taste.
whole event is just heaven.
You are too kind. I couldn't possibly.
Nonsense. You are
Oh my
friend.
god.
I have cultivated and cared for the flowers just as you taught me. Once you've seen them for yourself, I am sure you can advise me how to do an even
Awesome.
better job next
Really
time.
awesome.
I will save some for decoration. We can feast on the rest.
Do you guys feel as though like Shenhe after the thing in Liyue Harbor, like Shenhe has also become like not the word mature is probably the wrong way to put it, but like maybe adapted more to life in the city. Maybe she is learning a lot. You can see that through the way she's talking here, you know? She doesn't seem like she's a fish out of water as much anymore.
Then, thank you in advance. Wait, what is that saying again?
Oh my god.
If you insist?
I love it.
Do people say that?
There we go.
I'm not completely
There's the
sure
Shenhe we know.
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split
Yes.
hairs.
Big believer in that, Paimon.
Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girl's night out. Eating flowers? Really?
Everyone has a hobby.
Does this have anything to do with you both being the disciples of that illuminated bird?
I doubt catching we munching on any flowers. I didn't catch that part. I guess I was just so excited about them being together.
Refer to one not by one's Adeptus
Oh.
title, but merely as that illuminated bird.
Oh my god, it's an illuminated bird.
Master.
Yeah, I didn't even catch the flower aspect because I was just literally like, I was just so happy about them being together.
Double humph. Now she has the gall to use it rather than she.
Oh no.
Even after being chastised once already.
You're talking to Paimon.
Barely a moment has passed since we last met, and yet your impertinence has reached new heights. Very well. If you refuse to learn your lesson, one shall scold you no further.
That's the way to put. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Don't even give out to her
One
anymore.
has received your message from Ganyu. On the matter of the Adeptus you seek, one suspects to know their identity. Well, shall one lead the way?
Yes, that'd be so good.
I still have to complete my training for today.
Oh,
So I will
okay.
bid farewell to everyone here.
I'll eat
Very
flowers with you.
well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
Happy Lantern Rite, Shenhe. Enjoy
If
the
you want to release a
dishes.
Xiao lantern, come and find us anytime.
Yes. Oh, I wish
Thank
Shenhe
you,
could come with
everyone.
us.
Happy Lantern Rite.
I
to
genuinely
you
believe
too.
that Shenhe should have been like the third party member. Like, and I believe that about many characters now. We should have a full party of characters. Oh. Oh my god. That's so sweet. That's such a sweet moment.
Is this Quaily Plains? Cloud Retainer, why did you bring us here?
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That moment with Shenhe singing the song as they left as well is such an amazing moment too. I think they did such a good job with that reuniting of the characters here. Like, and there's such respect for the characters I talk about this all the time. The respect for the characters in this game for me, like for the most part, 99.9% of the time is absolutely incredible. Yeah.
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name.
And we got to meet Xiao as well.
Guizhong, but have you ever heard of her?
Definitely heard of it somewhere for sure.
Guizhong is another name of Agentis, the god of dust. She was extroverted in nature and adored social gatherings and inventions alike.
Oh, wow.
Long ago, this region was yet a prosperous assembly. Guizhong often invited her friends to visit her home, reserving for us seats around the largest stone table. Seagazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place it upon the table. He could be quite the braggart. Though usually a mild-mannered fellow, when it came to those collectibles he was so fond of, he always loved to show them off.
Paimon remembers that name. So that's what Seagazer
It's
was
really,
like.
really cool that we're hearing these stories.
He was an old friend and a former rival. One has many memories of him.
I mean, whenever we talk to the Adepti, we always get some like really cool information.
Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Guizhong nor one was content to let him just steal the spotlight.
Right.
So we would then also present our proudest mechanical creations. As Adepti, we were each gifted in our own ways, and naturally proud of our accomplishments in our respective fields of expertise. As a result, one often quarreled with Seagazer.
Believe it or not, I can imagine you guys quarreling.
His treasures
You're good
were not even
quarrelers.
of his own making to me, when every single one of one's accomplishments were crafted by one's own hand.
A bit of bitterness in this as well, isn't there?
Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
One digresses.
You could hear it in their voice.
Regardless, every time an argument occurred, Guizhong would come over to watch us during our mutual lambastings.
Right.
On some occasions, she would join in, and on others, she'd take one of us by the limb and start uttering the most ridiculous nonsense.
Like what?
What kind of nonsense?
Yeah, I'm very, very curious.
No kind of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would brazenly opine, why argue between yourselves
Oh my God.
when neither of you could ever hope
So
to
sick.
beat me?
Yes.
Other times, she would make unsolicited suggestions, such as, once you two are done arguing, let's go to the foot of the mountain.
But these
and
are
grill some
awesome.
meat."
These are so cool.
She always sought to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
And one must say,
That's so
she
sweet.
had quite the gift for it. No matter what nonsense she said, one never felt bothered.
That's the
or
thing.
offended.
That's a gift. That's a gift to be able to do that. It's a pure
It also
gift.
helped that she never referred to one as that illuminated bird or
Who did that?
ladybird.
Who would do that? I love Paimon so much,
Just
guys.
as
I
our
love her so much.
impassioned arguments would reach the apex of acrimony, Marchosius would bring his delectable dishes to the table. Who would dare snub the stove god and his wondrous creations? At the sight of him, we would all immediately
Stove
drop
god
the
is incredible,
argument
by the way.
and prepare the table
You're a
for
god of
night
the stove.
feasting and drinking. Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink from a square cup?
Like a scotch glass? Is that what you're saying? Like a whiskey glass?
So, as
Or a scotch
you can
glass, I guess?
see, even one as great as Rex Lapis was not immune to making the occasional blunder.
Of course, he's probably one of the most human people we know.
Even one could never find fault with Marchosius's cooking. As we ate, Guizhong would continue to find topics
When
for
she said that, I
conversation.
want to see here the square glasses as well. Like, am I thinking the square glasses in terms of
Always
like?
too square for one's taste.
Yeah, but like, are they like modern like Scotch glasses? I wonder.
from a square
Because I actually love those glasses. Like I don't even like drink, but I if I have a Scotch glass, I use it for like
As you can see,
water even
one
sometimes.
as great as Rex Lapis was not immune to making the occasional
I like a
blunder.
good Scotch glass. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe just it's literally square
Even
and not
one
even
could
rounded
never
at the
find
corners.
fault with Marchosius's cooking. As we ate, Guizhong would continue to find topics for conversation, filling the table with humor
That's so nice.
and laughter.
That Hilly Church is walking
Each
away.
of those old fossils had their character flaws and points of obstinacy. So why was it that whenever we dined together, we always had a marvelous time?
Oh wow,
We would drink together from a spot high in the mountains.
that sounds amazing.
Until the moon set and the sun rose.
That sounds so
And
good.
only then would the banquet finally come to an end. Streetwood Rambler would often remain to admire the flowers with Guizhong before returning to her own abode.
It sounds like these are just amazing times, by the way.
Blaze lilies
Even with
were
it, with the
far more
quarreling.
abundant back then. Entire fields of them would appear to the eye as a veritable sea of flowers.
Streetward Rambler?
Yeah, Streetwood Rambler.
That would be Ping. You probably
Oh,
know her
wow.
as Madam Ping.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, this is a lovely story. and
Yeah,
everything,
because we know
but
she is.
didn't
Yeah.
we come here to find that Adeptus from Mr.
No, but still, I'd love to hear more about Madame Ping for sure.
Or are you saying that it was Guizhong? Didn't she, already?
Oh yeah, for sure. So it is like, yeah, the Guizhong Ballista is what I'm remembering from this as well.
Long has one avoided this place for precisely that reason. The sights here are a reminder of a time long gone, and evoke much sorrow.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine.
One should have guessed that you would disrupt one's poignant moment of mourning with your incessant
Oh, no.
questioning. No matter, one will share the whole story with you now.
Wait, are we getting? Are we actually getting a? Are we getting Are we getting a...
Time
We are!
by, one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals.
Oh my
and
god, I
neither would
love
yield.
these so much.
Under the pretext
There's
of
Shan-
a social gathering,
There's
one
Shanyun.
invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's
that's the ballista?
Vulpus mechanism was superior.
Guizhong looks amazing. But that's Shanyun.
Though one was too proud to acknowledge it.
Wait.
In one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior.
I don't like pausing these offs, but like... Shanyun is the cloud retainer? Was this where you first found out about that as well then? Because I'm shocked. I'm actually what they reveal it like this? What the hell?
The mechanical
This is an incredible design as well.
As for the story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler,
And
that begins
so
with a
between
silly
Madame
bell.
Ping.
In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were
They're
no
just dropping that she's
substitute
an
for human
Adeptus?
composers,
Shanyun?
they were yet capable of producing simple but
This is so
fine
pretty, oh my
melodies.
god. Wait, the bell!
But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of
Is
the
that Madame Ping?
an emotional enterprise
That's
that
Madame
could
Ping.
never hope to
What
be
the hell?
replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede.
Wait, so
He confiscated
one
the bell
asked.
and
One asked. So
designated
that
it
is
for
that's Cloud Retainer. That's
ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the
This is so cool. Like we can see Madame Ping like this as well, and Guizhong.
and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetwood Rambler and I arrived at the
Oh
scene
my
at long last,
god! You forget how long ago this was.
was her lifeless
This is so sad. So yeah, that is that.
After this, at Streetwood Rambler,
That's how she got the bell.
Rex Lapis granted her the
Oh my
cleansing bell
God.
for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory.
Our friend's memory.
One made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device.
So Shanyun is
Many
Cloud
lantern
Retainer.
nights
Okay.
have passed since then.
This goes a whole new meaning to the Lanternite. Look at Madame Ping. Look at Madame Ping.
Upon what do you gaze?
This is incredible.
The Guili Plains?
No. It's everything.
This is so amazing.
We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different?
Oh my freaking
Perhaps as
god.
dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
So incredible. And there was Madame Ping
Has
again.
always been austere and private by nature.
I need a second. There was so much in that. We had Cloud Retainer's human form, which is Shanyun, okay? We had Madame Ping, how she looked like when she was younger in that beautiful dress, that beautiful instrument. And we got to see Guizhong as well. We got to see the effects of the war once again. And that's where the bell came from. The bell must be the ceremonial bell that we got to use in Rex Lapis' funeral. This is incredible.
And has never relished socializing. One's dealings with Guizhong were born out of discussions on the discipline of
Insane.
mechanics.
What? You have loads of friends, and you seem pretty chatty.
That was one of the
Because
best
one is
scenes
not
in this game.
ignorant of social graces does not mean one is fond of them. One is perfectly capable of partaking in conversation despite being introverted.
You tell him. You tell us.
But in the end, one is nothing like Streetward Rambler. She is dauntless but thoughtful, not to mention eloquent and
Wow.
wise. Moreover, her friendship with Guizhong was far greater.
So they were so, even though they argued, of course, they were so close. We saw them on those
Back
stairs.
when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm of musical composition. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works, having the ability to both compose and perform.
Man.
Wait, that's weird. Didn't Madame Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when she was young or something.
Streetward Rambler, a vain beauty.
Maybe not vain, but
my foot.
She looked amazing.
That bell has a sad history. Clearly, she refrained from sharing with you the truth of its origins, since the right time had not yet come.
Okay.
As for her old friend,
Zhongli.
who else could it be?
Definitely Zhongli.
As soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhongli wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis.
Yeah, oh my
and that
god.
He had made an enormous decision. After all, we all have known each other for several millennia. Some things between us are
This is so amazing, and this is a limited time event.
Whoa! So they were talking in secret code? Oh, Paimon did not see that one coming.
Oh my god.
Enough of your intrusions. Where was one up to? Ah, yes. One remembers now.
So all this time, like when I did the limited time, or like had to skip through Shanyun's dialogue.
Mechanical art, and can be used to
That was Cloud Rotator.
as an accompanying instrument. After the passing of its creator, it was used on numerous
Man, that's crazy.
occasions
Guizhong
during
still has
rites
that
of
effect on
party.
everyone here.
But Streetward Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. No. Each time she rang it, it was to play the tune that Guizhong composed on it. The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Who would have thought that with Guizhong's passing and Streetward Rambler's mourning, two tunes composed in discord would eventually become one harmonious composition?
It's actually beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Once upon a time, Streetward Rambler also loved gatherings, liquor, and music. But after Guizhong passed, she preferred her own company.
How'd she get back to the city?
Sitting alone at a mountain summit, contemplating and reminiscing with her zither. The music would go from mournful to soothing to impassioned. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to her satisfaction. In celebration, she played the tune to the clouds. Regrettably, one has only ever heard her play that tune once. Which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating. Perhaps it was during
Wow.
that performance that the ancestor
Oh my
of your
god.
Fontaine friend
First of all, by the way, I have
fell
this like
into
really heavy feeling in my heart, guys, because like all this stuff is just so beautiful, especially told through music and the harmonious nature through music. That has been, you know, two people that argued quite a bit, but still after Guizhong's passing, there was still like a incredible impact through music that was left behind.
and was saved by Street.
Or at least through sounds.
But if she was so happy with the melody, why would she only play it once?
One was also greatly perplexed by this. After suppressing one's curiosity for a long while, one finally approached her and asked why she would retire the tune after having spent so long on it. In response, she said,
What'd she say?
"Though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired
Oh,
it
no.
is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer, when the one attuned to my soul is no longer here, who else could hope to understand this tune?"
That is so beautiful. Oh my god.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor to honor my contract.
I forget how like Ganya's
Although
been
I
through
met
so much
Guizhong
as
a
well.
few times,
Like holy
I
hell.
never knew anything of this particular story.
Guizhong was quite the visionary, but tragically passed before her time. Her manuscripts still lie unfinished in the realm of clouds. Blank pages give one cause for contemplation on what might have been. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories too would have been lost to the sands of time.
This idea that, like, again, like Cloud Retainer, like, is very prickly, but so kind of like grateful that we like chose to search for this, because it will, like, once again, like Zhongli wants to too, it will keep these stories alive.
As of now, you know the truth. That the
That's
Adeptus who
amazing.
rescued the drowning man was none other than Streetwood Rambler. Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Do you
It's
mean
actually like an interesting
Pain
topic,
might
yeah.
find the
Yeah,
topic
too
too
distressing is the word.
Precisely. The passing of our old friend is a heavy topic that both of us are usually careful to avoid.
If I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer, could it be that this is just your own personal opinion?
Oh wait, like it's like
How
using
so?
her own feelings on this?
I've been in Leo Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed many farewells along the way. So I too am well acquainted with the pain of the passing of a loved one. But this doesn't bring the city or its people to a standstill. They have to keep moving forward.
Man, again, Ganyu coming in with this knowledge, this beautiful knowledge here, like, as well. Obviously, like, everyone's different, but like we forget, like, that Ganyu is like has experiences of lifetimes.
One as perceptive and wise as Ping will surely have come to understand and embrace this. Though these immortal mountains have lost an Adeptus, the harbor of mortals has gained a wise elder. No loss can ever be undone. But there is always
This is
much
so
that can
this is
still
so
be
wise.
gained.
This is so wise,
Ping
Ganyu.
has helped countless people.
Yeah.
And will guide many others in the years to come. And all to whom she extends a helping hand become her friends. People she can admire flowers and discuss music with.
Heck yeah.
Though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit, life goes on. Because there are new friends waiting for you further down the road.
It's so, again, like, it's such a beautiful way of putting it.
Madam Ping what she thought about adding a music festival to this
Yeah.
year's Lantern Rite.
Like, again, the way that Ganyu is like saying this to me is like so beautiful, just because it's like a character who like has had trouble integrating with new like places in life and in Liyue Harbor and making friends, and now we're seeing throughout this whole story that like she has made friends. So like there is like this like feeling of like no, they were able to integrate, they were able to get their foothold in life. And like, even though it seems like things like in the past are so sad, you can still move forward. Like Ganyu's life is still getting better every single day. So Ganyu saying this is actually like such an impressive thing.
When we get back, why don't we just ask her if she'd like to perform?
That'd be so amazing. That'd be so amazing.
You youngsters and your imagination.
Yeah, we got big imaginations, big dreams.
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time since you last spoke with Ping. And Leo Harbor is always decorated so beautifully during the festival period.
Is not every Lantern Rite the same in this regard? Were there ever anything new to discuss? One in Ping could meet any day of the year.
I disagree. Each new day and each new year is different from those that have come before. How long will you simply let them pass you by?
Both of these are very interesting. Do it for Ganyu or do it for me.
The edibles she brought this time were indeed
Exactly.
quite
Come on.
delectable.
Oh my god, we're bringing Cloud Retainer too.
Very well.
Oh my god.
Then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
The other old fossils, by the way.
All right. We should be getting back to the harbor as well. We don't want
This
to
is
keep her
incredible. This is so incredible.
waiting. Once the Guili Assembly, now the Guili Plains. Say, if we planted flowers there and cared for them carefully enough, do you think that one day we'd be able to recreate the
Ganyu,
sea
I'll
of
do
blaze
anything. I'll
lilies?
do anything for you. Anything.
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior. You are still far too given to flights of fancy, child.
That's such a mother thing, by the way. Like walking away, then hearing them say something else. Oh, and another thing.
What? Cloud Retainer?
It's such a mother thing.
You were
It's
still
such a mother thing.
One observed that you were making no effort to leave and returned to chasten and
That is the most motherly thing ever.
This time, one is departing in earnest.
And another thing, okay? So that's going to do it here for today, guys. And one of the things I will say about this is that, like, I feel like this story is started off as a story just about the integration of music that between two cultures and two cultures integration, but also then became a story about, you know, moving forward and still living your life, and not only that, but just like the integration of like I guess like of two lifestyles, because even Ganyu felt like she was on the outside, but now is growing to become on the inside here as well of Liyue Harbor and make friends. And you're seeing Shenhe adapt to lifestyle as well, while also keeping parts of herself too. But it's also a story about the Adeptus, looking back once again on these amazing characters of the Adeptus. And seeing how they lived their lives, seeing how they reacted to the war in the past, and not only that, but seeing how they had companionship and friendship. Sometimes it's so easy to put them on a pedestal, but you saw here with like Madame Ping and like and the Cloud Retainer and Guizhong and Zhongli, how they all cared for each other and all had really strong, you know, beliefs and loves, and they would all eat together. It's a really special story, and I can't believe this is behind like a limited event, because it feels like an Archon quest. It's so cool, and it's so cool to be back in Liyue. It really is. Can I just say, it's also freaking mind-blowing how good you are at keeping secrets. When I was like trying not to look at Shanyun this whole time, and this whole time I'm looking at Shanyun's character, not one person said it. Not one person said it, and that was the you in form of Cloud Retainer this whole freaking time. I love you guys so much. Like even when I was skipping through the first Lantern Rite, no one said a thing. Nobody said a thing, because you had this expectancy that I might watch this Lantern Rite festival. You guys are amazing. That's what a reveal. What a way to reveal it as well. I guess, like, I don't know, how was the reveal for you guys when it came to the Shanyun reveal? Because for me, from my perspective, it's obviously like very different for me, because I'm coming at this from the perspective of like, you know, someone who like has seen this character so much. Was this the first time you saw that frame? Was it the first time you even knew this character? So was it a different feeling? For me, it's like, oh my god, look at this. So maybe it's different for you guys. Thank you so much to Never Can Repay the Baby Gangsters here on Patreon. We'll be continuing this tomorrow, and I actually can't wait to see more of this tomorrow. Thank you so much to Typhara 2, Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yuld, Radish, Anusa, Shabbatterpeb, Malcolm Day, Death Trap, and Lynx Markey, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.